Hello friends, welcome to our channel. In this tutorial, we will see our next task, that is listening to a discussion task. If you want to see all of our Celpip tutorials, then you can search on YouTube by writing Celpipster. You will find all the other tutorial series here. Now, in this series, we tried to cover all the 4 sections. The exam includes listening, reading, speaking and writing sections. We will start with the listening part. Listening part is having 6 practice tests and 1 practice task as well. Total time allocated with the listening section is 50 minutes. Now, you will start with the listening to a discussion task. In this task, you will watch a video where 3 friends from different cities are meeting after a long time. They are discussing about the respective cities because they all feel that are residing in the best city of Canada, but when you will give actual exam, you will take only once chance to watch. In this task, total 8 questions will be asked from you. Before we start listening to a discussion tutorial, you should know the tips and tricks for this task. Tip number 1. Should know about the speakers. Tip number 2. Should know about the topic of discussion. Tip number 3. What are the opinions of speakers and what do they feel while discussion? Tip number 4. Write down all the details that you hear in recording. Just listen to conversation very carefully, and then choose the most appropriate option. But keep one thing in mind. In this task you will get options on the right-hand side of the question, in the form of a drop-down. You have to choose the correct option from the given drop-down. Now, please watch and listen to the video carefully.
Hey, Amelia, how's it going?
Great, supper, fine, how about you, Jack?
Okay, I guess. Thanks anyway, Amelia. And where is Williams? He told me he will reach by 10.
Yes, oh here he is. What's up, William?
Oh, I have been busy. One thing I must say, Jack, your hometown is cool. I really love Vancouver City. This is my first visit to this beautiful place. You don't have to pay for the highway, that's really super. I also liked incredible views.
Thanks, William. Welcome to Vancouver, friends. I have been waiting eagerly for this day. I think it's almost 10 years when we met.
I don't think so, William, sorry about that, but, you know, Vancouver can really suck when it's not summer. Between the wet, sweaty, smelly bus rides, and getting dirty puddles splashed by raging drivers while innocently walking on the sidewalk. Just leave it. I stayed here last summer and I know this city very well.
I have heard a lot about our gorgeous hikes, like the Chief, Quarry Rock, Bunsen Lake, Grouse Mountain, Joff Lakes. Vancouver is having the most beautiful hikes and nature paths any West Coast dweller could ever ask for.
Before I begin, let me start by saying that Vancouver is pretty damn great. But as with every city, there are some things that suck about Vancouver. I know there are some things that can be pretty frustrating about living here. I love our super sunny summers.
Let's start with our first question, that is, what is the topic of discussion? We have 4 options in the drop-down. Number 1, about vacation. Number 2, about Canada. Number 3, about 3 friends. And number 4, about living in Vancouver. We can listen very clearly in the video that the friends were discussing about Vancouver. So, our 4th option is correct, that is about living in Vancouver. Our next second question is, in this discussion what were 3 speakers mainly doing? We have 4 options in the drop-down. Number 1, considering their viewpoints. Number 2, sharing their options. Number 3, estimating the numbers. And number 4, arguing with each other. Answer to this question is very simple. According to the video, our first option is correct, that is considering their viewpoints, because in the recording all the friends are sharing their views about Vancouver. Our next third question is, who visited the Vancouver first time? We have 4 options. Number 1, William. Number 2, Emilia. Number 3, Jack, and number 4, none of the above. In the video, we can listen very clearly that William visited the Vancouver first time. So accordingly, our first option is correct. Our next 4th question is, after how many years they met again? We have 4 options. Number 1, 2 years. Number 2, 5 years. Number 3, 10 years, and number 4, 10 months. According to the video, our third option is correct, as we can listen very clearly that these all 3 friends met after 10 years. 5th question is, which season in Vancouver is worst? We have 4 options. Number 1, winters when it rains. Number 2, summers. Number 3, both of them, and number 4, none of the above. According to the video, our first option is correct, as we can listen very clearly that when it rains during winter the season become worst and get very humid. Our next 6th question is, William liked Vancouver? We have 4 options. Number 1, weather. Number 2, scenery. Number 3, lakes, and number 4, roads. According to the video, our first option is correct, as we can listen William liked weather in Vancouver. Our next 7th question is, who is living in Vancouver? We have 4 options. Number 1, Emilia. Number 2, William. Number 3, Jack, and number 4, none of the above. According to the video, our third option is correct, as Jack was living in Vancouver. Our last 8th question is, William visited which city for the first time? We have 4 options. Number 1, Vancouver. Number 2, Toronto. Number 3, Surrey, and number 4, Italy. According to the video, our first option is correct, as Vancouver is the city where William visited for the first time. So, friends, I think this tutorial will give you some idea about how to choose the right option in listening to a discussion task. Please register on Celpip to experience the real-time based practice platform. Link to join the platform is mentioned in the below description. Don't forget to subscribe our channel before completing this video. Thanks for spending time with us.